Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Bert's Books podcast. Sally, happy
Hello.
Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you so much.
As the mother of the group.
Thanks, I think.
I've made you work today.
Yes,
That's
you
how
have.
I feel about
Yes,
it.
yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Have you had a good day?
Yeah, it's been a lovely day, thank you. Yes, I'd had both my children popped in,
Nice.
so that was nice. I've got some flowers to take back with me, and we've had a nice busy day, so that's lovely.
Have you had a good week?
Yes, yeah, good week. Just pottering about doing stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been lovely. Got a lot of reading done.
Good, that's what you want.
Yeah, seeing people, done stuff.
Nice.
Hmm.
I've had an unexpected week, I
Uh-huh.
think. So I was originally possibly moving
You were.
house this
You
week.
were.
And so I had sort of arranged, or I'd kind of caught up on a load of stuff.
Yeah.
So that I could have like 2 or 3 days in the week to just pack.
Yeah.
And then on the Monday morning, as I'm thinking, right, I've got to do all of this today, let's get going, I got an email saying, no, not this week, how about the week? So it's not happening now
Not
until
happening
the end. Well, they originally wanted to do it on the 27th of March.
Right.
Which is the day that we have a visit from Claire McIntosh.
We do.
Which is not till the evening.
No.
But I didn't want to run the risk of
No.
the two of them sort of running into each other.
No.
And then also getting home at like 10:30 at night.
Yes. When you just moved
And I've just
in.
moved. I don't know where
did
I
I
am.
put the kettle?
Where am I?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, nobody's made the bed. Literally, nobody's made the bed.
the
It's
bed.
still,
Yeah,
it's
it's still in
planks on the
bits.
floor. So I've said no.
I
Let's
don't
do it
blame
on.
you.
So we're doing it a different day.
Good.
But it meant that I suddenly had a bit more free time. So I've read quite a bit this week.
Oh, well
actually.
done, well done.
Yeah. And I read stuff that I wanted to just catch up on.
Yes.
Including The Correspondent.
Ah,
So we're not going to talk about that because we've talked about it.
we have talked
already.
about that, yeah.
But I really liked it.
Yes, wasn't it good?
It was lovely.
Yeah, my sister just recently read it and she really liked it as well.
I
So-
don't know if I liked the main character.
No, maybe not, maybe not.
But I liked the story and
Yeah.
the way it was told,
Yeah.
and so in all the letters, and I was talking to somebody about it, and they said they tried listening to it on audio, but they
Okay.
just couldn't get on with
No.
it. And I said, do you think that it's the book that's supposed to be like read
Yes.
rather than listened
Yes,
to?
yeah.
And they said, oh yeah, maybe. So they're going to give it a go
Yeah.
and see what it's like.
I think probably because listening to it, you're not going to see the letters. You're not seeing who's writing to whom and who said something. So you're not going to get all that.
No.
They'll use different actors, I imagine, but that's going to be difficult.
Yeah. So, I enjoyed that
Good.
a lot.
I'm pleased.
And I think, well, it's the only one off the Women's Prize list that I've read, but
Yeah.
I could be a strong contender.
Yeah.
What else has been going on this week? I should mention that Claire McIntosh event. It is sold out.
Yes, it is.
But we are going to be live streaming it.
We are so fancy.
Yeah, I know, right? Fancy
Oh, I
schmancy.
know.
So on Friday we had Media Matt, as
Yes.
I started to call him.
Yeah, I think that's a great name.
So Mr. Reverend Rach,
Yeah.
to those in the know.
Yeah.
And he came and tested all his equipment out.
Very good,
Yes.
very good.
So
I'm assuming it's all in working order.
well, I believe so.
Excellent.
I wouldn't like to comment.
No.
I'm not a doctor.
No.
So that was fun. So we're getting ready for that. So if anyone pre-orders Claire's latest book, It's Not What You Think, then you will get the link sent to you.
Oh, very good.
But if you aren't pre-ordering it, we will probably chop it up and put it up on our YouTube channel in
Nice.
like a few weeks. But I think it'd be really cool if people did watch it.
Yes,
because
yeah.
we are then going to
You'll have to pour your own prosecco, but
but we're going to see if maybe it's something that we do regularly.
yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, so even if we don't live stream it
Yeah.
every time, if we record the events
Yes,
and then
yeah.
pepper like the highlights onto Instagram, that'd be
Yeah,
quite cool.
that would be.
wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's really good.
So yeah, that might be a thing that happens.
Looking forward to that.
What else is going on? What else? I think that's it. So I'm going to be talking. One of the books that I read this week was Wreck by Catherine
Yes,
Newman.
yeah.
So this one and The Correspondent, I read both of them this week, and they were both like books that I shouldn't be reading, if that makes sense.
You shouldn't be reading because
they're both out already, and I should be reading newer books ready for the subscriptions.
Okay, yes.
But because I had that sort of free time, I read a couple.
Squeezed them in.
What are you going to talk about?
I am going to talk about A Far-Flung Life.
See, that is one that I do want to read that I haven't had the chance to yet.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to finding out about that, and I shall find out about that on the other side of this music. So Sally, you know that I have read Catherine Newman before.
I do.
Sandwich? She wrote Sandwich,
yeah.
And she wrote one called We All Want Impossible Things.
Yes.
So this is her third novel.
Okay.
Let me read to you the blurb.
Please do.
Rachel, Rocky, is seemingly living her best life as the irreverent, funny beating heart of her family. Her ageing father is his unique, adorable self. Daughter Willa is prone to bouts of existential angst whilst berating the fact that her mother has zero filter. Husband Nick is steady, logical, sometimes infuriating. They are messy, they are flawed, they are completely, ridiculously normal.
I was going to say normal.
And like most normal people, Rocky worries about what might happen next. So when a former classmate of her son, Jamie, dies in a seemingly random accident, Rocky becomes obsessed. For if accidents can happen, and they do, is it truly safe to love anyone?
Okay.
So, as I said, I've loved Catherine Newman's books before.
Yeah.
But I was just saying to you before I pressed record that I don't really know what I'm going to talk about on this one.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really, until I read the blurb, I couldn't really have told you what happened in this book. And I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, nothing really happens.
Okay.
It's just a little bit of a sort of look at family life.
Yes, yeah.
And I think out of the three of them, more nothing happens in this book than in previous ones.
Yes. I've only read Sandwich. I haven't read her other one.
Yeah.
But I haven't read this one either. And I thought the same was with Sandwich, that nothing spectacular really happens. It's very much it's enjoyable, but it is every day.
Yeah.
It's just ordinary.
So We All Want Impossible Things is about the death of the main character's best friend.
Okay.
And so there is the sort of through line of the grief of whereas these both are kind of just looks at family life and stuff. Now Rocky in this one is she seems to be on very good terms with her doctor.
Okay.
Like it seems that maybe she's always got something.
Right. Okay.
And that's not it's not hypochondria.
No.
She has this weird rash has appeared, and it's sort of spreading across her body.
Okay.
And so she's going for tests and blood works
Yes,
to try and work out what it is, and they don't really know. And they sort of say, well, to be honest, most diseases are just a collection of symptoms that we've seen before.
Yeah.
So this, whatever you've got, nobody's had this particular combination of these symptoms. Like this symptom that you've got is very much like this disease.
Yes. Yeah.
But we've not seen it like with this thing as well. So that was quite an interesting sort of thing to think about.
Yes.
Like there is no tick tick tick. This is the disease.
Yeah, that's what you've got.
They are all very like you might be diagnosed with a disease, but you might just have a variant of it. Like you've got A, B, C, and D, but you've got them to different levels to everyone else that has this disease. And actually, you might have B, C, and D. Therefore, you haven't got that disease, but it's the closest thing that we've previously identified. So that was quite interesting. She talks about in the blurb there, the accident of this kid. I think Miles was his name, and we don't really get like lots of details of what happens in this accident, but she spots it in the news when she's up late at night just scrolling through her phone. And what we do know is it's an accident involving the railway. Right. So his car has been hit by a train.
Nasty.
And he has died. We don't know We don't know if he was drunk
Right.
or high,
Yeah.
or whether it was an intentional sit on the railway tracks.
Yeah.
We don't know if it was an issue with the signalling.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if it was an issue with the train.
Okay.
So he could have just been going across a level crossing,
Yes.
and the barriers hadn't
Yes,
come down.
yeah.
We don't know, and we don't really find out.
Okay.
But what we do find out is that her son Jamie works for a consulting company that was contracted by the railway
Right. Okay.
to calculate acceptable risk. So he's done a report
Right.
that says there is a risk that somebody will be like there could be an accident. Like so whether they go and check all the safety equipment and stuff, and they say like it's sort of like, okay, well, do you know what? It's this thing. Let's say this thing is working at 100%. Then tick, great.
Yeah.
If it's working at 0%, not great, not tick.
Yeah.
If it's working at 99%, does it need to be taken out and fixed? Is kind of the question.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
At what point does its usefulness mean it has to be replaced?
Yeah.
So this is what the company is I don't know that we don't know again that this is what has happened, but
Right.
that's what his job is, to calculate acceptable risk.
Okay.
And they say, well, do you know what? At 80% capacity of this thing, that's maybe when you should replace it.
Okay.
So they're basically trying to seek a balance between spending money
Yes.
and saving lives.
Yeah.
Which you sort of understand, because if everything on a train had to be 100% perfect, the trains would never go.
No, they wouldn't.
Because you'd spend all morning checking that everything was working.
Yeah. Yeah.
But where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
And that's what his company does. And he sort of says, well, they basically came to us with the report they wanted us to write.
Right.
And we looked at it and we said, yes, your calculations are correct. So I didn't even really do the calculations.
Yeah.
I sense checked them.
Yeah.
And they decided, yes, okay, we're happy with that acceptable risk. And I guess that's the theme of the book, is what is the acceptable risk of loving someone?
Okay.
Do you put your heart out there and say, I love this person, even though they're going to die?
Yeah.
Or do you protect yourself and not get to know these people? And like, I think that's the sort of thing that she's going through, because she's worried about her own mortality because of this weird medical stuff that's going on. Her mum's not long died.
Right.
And her father is staying with them.
Okay.
He seems to be having memory issues.
Right. Okay.
But he also wants to go and live back at his place on his own in New York, because that's home.
Yeah.
And that's where he spent time with his wife. That was their home together.
So where is this set? If he wants to go home to
It's not
New
far.
York.
I think it's just sort of outside New York. So I think it's still in the same state.
Right, okay.
It's like, so they don't see Jamie, the son. He lives in New York.
Right.
They don't see him that often.
Okay.
But he pops down.
Yeah.
Like, they come down for the weekend.
Yeah.
So I think it's close enough that if it's not the same state, it's like the next state over.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, again, like with Sandwich, I read it and I read it almost straight through.
Yeah.
Because they're not big books.
No, they're not.
And I love Catherine Newman's writing.
Yeah.
And it's
just,
just,
yeah.
and I said this about Sandwich, I'm so not the target market for these books.
No.
They are always about menopausal women,
Yes.
essentially.
Yeah.
And that feels like the market, the target. But I find it just such a fascinating sort of way that she writes.
Yes.
This sort of family life, and the relationship she has with her daughter. And she talks about how so her daughter has this anxiety.
Yeah.
And Rocky has the anxiety herself.
Yes.
And she feels like she gave it to her daughter. And then they have a conversation, because like Willa is in a good place during this book, but she's been in a bad place previously.
Yeah.
And they have this conversation that is really just where Willow basically says, well, no, you didn't give this to me. If anything, you helped me carry some of it.
Okay.
But then they both get a little bit angsty about this Miles guy who died.
Yeah.
Because it feels close to home, even though they didn't really know him.
Yeah.
It feels a bit like that could have been Jamie.
Yes.
Could have been our son. Could have been our brother. It could have been that.
Yeah.
And I just love the whole setup of it and writing. But I read it and then I almost immediately forgot it.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think because nothing really happens, that's why.
Yeah.
But it's just a nice read to experience whilst it's happening.
Yes. Yeah.
I would say I don't know that the characters in this, so the character of Rocky, I don't know that she's any different really to the characters in the previous books. Like, I don't feel that distinctness of all the characters. I reading it, I could tell I was in Catherine Newman's world.
Yes, yeah.
The writing is her writing.
Yeah.
But actually, across all three books, I'm not sure that there's distinction. Like, different things happen and they've got different names. But I don't know that the characters are ultimately any different to each other.
Yeah, I get that.
So maybe that's a weakness in the writing, and maybe I'd like to see something. Maybe I'd like to see something a bit more substantial.
Yeah.
Something with a plot.
Yeah.
That involves these writings. Like, so if she wrote something like a Patrick Gale, where there is a plot, but it is so character based.
Yes.
That would be good.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to. I will read another Catherine Newman.
Yes.
But I think if the fourth book is more of the same, that might be it. Like, maybe I'll read. Like, I certainly wouldn't read them on. I wouldn't rush to read it when it comes out.
No.
I might buy a copy and put it on the shelf.
Yes.
And then when I feel the need for a short read that I know I'm going to like, I'll get to it. But I think I would like more plot. If that makes sense.
I'm trying to think of the word. There's a style of comedy. It's like where you observe.
Observational.
That'll be it. Observational comedy. Observational writing, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So that's her style. That's her style.
Yeah, but you can have that style.
Yeah.
With a little more happening. Like they then have a conversation with Jamie about his job. Because they all feel a bit uncomfortable about it. Because did he sign off a thing that meant Miles died?
Yeah.
And so then she's a bit funny with Jamie and like a little bit off. But she doesn't mean to be.
No, but it's her son.
Yeah. It's but yeah, it's just it's a lovely read.
Yeah.
And I think if you've not read any of them, I think, pick up Wreck, pick up Sandwich, pick up We All Want Impossible Things. Maybe We All Want Impossible Things has a bit more going on.
Okay.
But I think do give them a read, because I think she's a very talented writer. And I really enjoy it. They're quite warm.
Yes, yeah.
Is the way I would describe it. I enjoy being in that world.
Yes, yeah.
And it feels quite comfortable.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's like a hug.
Yes, like a hug. There you go. Catherine Newman, like a hug. Pop that on the cover of the next book. Like a hug, Bert. You can buy... So actually, this came out in January in hardback. So I'm a little bit late in getting to it. But you can buy it in paperback when it comes out at the end of July. So there's an option for you.
Yeah.
And it may end up in the subscriptions as well. It's a weird one. Being published on the 30th of July, it should be in the July subscription.
Yes.
But nothing really gets published in August.
No.
And a lot of things are getting published in July this year, so it might slip forward into the August subscription. But do go and check it out. Any of Catherine Newman's books, they are available at bertsbooks.co.uk. It's time for my favourite part of the week, and that is, of course, the bestseller charts. This is where we look at what is selling across the country using Nielsen Bookscan's total consumer market, And we look at what is selling just in Bert's Books, in the shop, mind you, not the website, just the shop, by looking at the pillar of popularity. And we start with the top 10 across the country. Now, this is the top 10 up to the 7th of March, I think it was. And that means it covers the World Book Day week, which, as you know, we don't include the World Book Day books in this chart. If we did, they would be numbers 1 to 12 this week. It was a total takeover. However, we are going to go and start at number 10, excluding the World Book Day books, but World Book Day has, I think, had an effect, because Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Hot Mess, the latest one in paperback, has moved up 21 positions to number 10. At number 9, down 2 places, it's The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, and also down 2 places at number 8 is another Frida McFadden. This one is Dear Debbie. Julia Donaldson's Gozzle is up 7 places to 7. And at number 6, Death on Location by Reverend Richard Coles, down 1 place from last week. Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell is up 3 places to number 5, and up 7 places is James Patterson's Private Dublin. At number 3, up 6 places, it's Girl with the Suitcase by Leslie Pierce. And in second place, it's In Her Own League by Liz Tomford. And at number 1, it is Frida McFadden, her third in the top 10. And this one is I Want to Know a Secret. Will it still be there next week? Will it be on the pillar of popularity? Well, let's find out. I'll tell you right away, it's not. We have got a nearly brand new, there's one book that's carried over from last week. We have got 4 titles that have not been on the pillar before. I think maybe one of them might have been in hardback, but certainly not in paperback. We're going to start at number 5 with Jamie Smart's Bunny vs. Monkey and the League of Doom. Now, this is odd that it's not odd that there's a Bunny vs. Monkey, but it's just odd why it's this one, because this is just the 3rd book in the series, and we sold no copies at all last week, and yet this week it suddenly jumped up into the pillar. Let's go up to number 4. It's A Family Matter by Claire Lynch. At number 3, Kieran Millward Hargrave's Almost Life. It's a new entry for that one. Down from last week's number 1, it's Jane Shemilt's All Her Secrets, our latest book club pick. And at number 1, it's Anthony Shapland's A Room Above a Shop, which is our latest LGBT book club pick. Will it still be there next week? Well, there is only one way to find out, and that is by listening to the Bert's Books podcast. So, Sally.
Yes.
A Far-Flung Life.
Exactly.
I have a proof copy of this.
Ooh, you lucky ducky.
And I would like to read it, but I've not got round to it.
Okay.
Should I?
Yes, please.
Okay, good.
Round to it as soon as possible.
Wonderful. Well, that's available at bertsbooks.co.uk. No, go on, tell us a bit more.
So, A Far-Flung Life by ML Steadman. I believe this book has been 10 years in the writing. This is her 2nd book.
Crikey.
I know, and it's 10 years since she wrote her first one. Having finished this one, I've ordered from Bert's Books The Light Between Oceans, which was her first one.
Yes, no, I haven't read that.
No, I haven't read that either. That's why I've ordered it.
But I know it was very popular.
Oh, right, okay. Let me read you the blurb.
Please.
Look at the end papers. I know.
That's a lovely end paper.
I know. It's gorgeous, isn't it? So, Outback Australia, 1958. For generations, the McBrides have lived on a remote sheep station, Meredith Downs. 1 million arid acres. It's an ocean of land where the weather is capriciously good. Time and still roams untamed. One ordinary day on a lonely road under the unending blue sky, patriarch Phil McBride swerves to avoid a kangaroo.
I don't know why I find that funny.
I know, you do try not, honey. In seconds, the lives of his entire family are shattered. Then, instead of leaving wounds...
Have I just laughed at him dying?
You have.
Oh dear.
It gets worse, I'll tell you about
crikey.
that. Instead of leaving wounds to heal, fate comes to them yet again, in a twist of consequences that will cause one of them to lose their life, and another to sacrifice theirs for the sake of an innocent child.
Oh, blimey.
Matt, the youngest McBride, is plunged into a moral and emotional journey for which there is no map, no guide, as he is forced to choose between love and duty, sacrifice and happiness. So yes, you have just laughed at someone dying. You've actually just laughed at 2 people dying and 1 person being very seriously brain damaged.
But what about the kangaroo?
We'll never know.
Oh, okay.
They live on this sheep station, and it's hot, and there's a heat haze, and they are moving some sheep from one side of Western Australia to the other. There is known to anyone who is driving, you don't swerve for a kangaroo. It's too dangerous to swerve because it's all sandy slopes, and you'll turn the car over. There was a haze, and Phil was driving with his 2 sons, Warren and Matt. Warren the eldest, Matt the youngest, moving these sheep. And in the haze, he thought the 6-foot kangaroo was a man, so he swerved. And the whole thing tips over. One of his children is thrown through the windscreen, that's Matt. And Callum is killed inside the car, not very pleasant. And then, not Warren, not Callum, sorry. And then Phil. It's going well, isn't it? Phil dies before help can come. They are found by the postman, but they're in the middle of nowhere. And by the time the postman's gone 20 miles to phone the flying doctors in, and by the time the flying doctors have got to them, they thought all 3 of them were dead, and then they realised Matt wasn't, but had very, very severe brain injuries and was put in a coma for a very long time. And so now we go back to, they've got a sister Rose, so she's a middle child. And we also meet, this is a book full of secrets that you don't know are secrets yet.
Oh, okay.
And it's an epic story.
Yeah, it sounds...
There is marvellous name, Peachy.
Okay, on the names, so Phil McBride does sound like a name that you'd phone into a radio station as a joke.
Yeah, yes.
And they live on Meredith Downs, which sounds like a drag queen.
Yeah.
I mean, they're great names.
They are.
But they're memorable, let's say that.
Yes, they are. So it gets better. Peachy, he works for them as a roo killer. So
the Kangaroo Killer.
Yeah, because there are just too many kangaroos and they're wrecking the place.
Now the Kangaroo Killer sounds like a serial killer from the 70s.
No, he is such a nice guy.
Like the newspapers in America would be out searching for the Kangaroo Killer.
He was a prisoner of war and has come back from that.
This is the 1950s, you
1958.
said,
He's come back from the Second World War. He was a prisoner of war and has come back like many men did, very, very unable to cope with real life, basically. But he's apart from being a kangaroo killer, he's a really gentle soul. You'll find he camps out all over the place, and there's one scene where the little girl Rose, she's about 8 or 9, and her big brother Warren used to tease her, and just was a big brother and was a bit naughty. And she turns up at Pete's tent, and it's all the stars. You see all the stars because there were no false artificial lights.
No.
And he's going, "What are you doing here, Rose? I've run away. Warren's been horrible." And he just makes her a cup of tea on his billy can. He sits her down and shows her the stars and all the constellations and and chats with her. And she gets really into it. And then he just says, "Come on, let's get you back home." And so he's really kind. He looks after her. He takes her back. And he's such a nice chap. His secret is heartbreaking.
Don't tell us.
I'm not going to. Rose has a secret that, I'm not going to tell you that either. But it's not just that, it's the people in the homestead. So you go into town and you meet the postmistress.
So I was going to ask, who is... Do we follow one character through this, or do we follow lots?
We follow lots, but it's not millions.
No, but it's the viewpoint bounces.
Yes, yeah.
And is there one that you would say is the main character above all else?
I would say Lorna McBride. So she is the widow of
mother.
Yeah, and mother of the son and the husband that was killed. So you follow her, and Rose is quite a troubled girl, and blah blah blah. Stuff happens with her, and then there's Matt. We go through his recovery, and he really struggles. He struggles with... anyone who's had a brain trauma will come out... they start to wake up, can be quite aggressive, quite violent, And so he's ticking all the boxes, he's doing all that. He can't remember. He keeps asking where his dad and his brother are. And every time they tell him what's happened, it sets him back because he forgets. And the next day he'll go, where's Dad and Warren? And when are they coming to see me? And you just go through this. It's painful. It's painful to watch. And it takes him ages. There's a lovely bit, I think, where he's thrown through the windscreen. He's thrown out the car. And it says, as he lands, his soul leaves his body and doesn't find its way back to him for many years. So that's how long it takes for him to be able to carry on working and going back to the sheep station. And then we have an aristocrat come in from England.
As you do.
I think his name's Miles as well, something like Miles Beaumont or something.
Right.
Very nice chap. And Rose has a bit of a crush on him. She's a little bit older. And of course, after the accident, they ask him to stay on to help with and call it a farm. They don't call it a farm, but to help with that. And he does that. And Rose sort of falls in love a little bit with him. But then she finds out, she finds a letter from, obviously, the woman who's waiting for him in England. Waiting for you, my heart belongs to you, love Sandy, kiss, kiss, kiss. Oh. And this transpires to be something.
Another secret.
And it's all these secrets are just so...
So you say 1958?
1958. It goes up
How long does it go? That's what I was going to ask.
I think it comes right up into the 2000s.
Okay,
memory.
so it's a proper epic.
Yeah.
It's sweeping.
It's sweeping. That will do it. There we are. Look, chapter 81, Monday, 10th of January, 2000.
How many pages is this book?
It is 400 and something.
Okay, big
436.
I can't help but think of The Great Circle. Have you read that?
I haven't read The Great Circle, and I keep meaning to. I'll tell you what it reminded me of, and I haven't read this book in a million years. And I can't remember what it's called now.
Oh, that one?
Yeah. What is it? It was a big TV production. Donkeys years ago. It's great doing a podcast with me, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called.
Good.
But it's like
that.
It was
I
like that.
that
yeah,
one.
It reminds me of that. Just the enormity of everything and the space.
That's
that
it. So I think that's why I'm thinking of The Great Circle, because there's a lot out in the wilderness.
Yes.
And you can imagine just standing in
Thornbirds, I think I want to say.
That was a thing.
Yeah.
You can just sort of imagine yourself standing in this scrubland.
Yes,
and just seeing for miles and no other people.
Absolutely that.
I think you should read Great Circle.
Yeah, I've got it. I should read it.
Yeah, do.
Yeah, I will.
I will read that.
I think you
if
should
read
read Far Flung Life.
No,
I think everyone...
I will read this if you read that.
I would read this again.
Okay.
This is a difficult one. This is so... I cried, obviously. Because
I was going to ask, was it a weepy?
It was only not all the way through. You sort of go, oh, for goodness sake, I did. Oh no, that's so bad. But just at the end, where everything's coming together and everyone's made their decisions and everything, it's just
It's not relentless misery.
No, please don't think that. No, not at all. There are some wonderful characters, really well written, wonderful characters. You won't dislike them. You'll get a little bit annoyed with some of them, but you won't dislike them, and you'll just want to give Matt the biggest hug in the world.
Okay. Now, no spoilers, because you've very nearly sold me on this.
And I'd just like to point out that accident happens on page 8.
Yeah, okay.
So it's there in the minute.
But yeah, no. So without spoilers, so don't answer the question if it will reveal something.
Okay.
You've very nearly sold it to me.
Only very nearly.
Very nearly.
Okay.
I'm tempted to go and the thing that's putting me off is I do have other books to read, and it's quite a big one.
It is quite a
big
one.
So I don't know if I will find the time
at
the moment to squeeze it in.
Okay.
But what might make me squeeze it in, are there any homosexuals?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Sold. And that was a very reluctant yes, so that's it's not a spoiler, but maybe a little bit of a spoiler.
It's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler. If you read between the lines.
Okay, it's there.
It's there.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
You may have completely sold me on that.
I've actually spoken about it already, but you haven't picked up on it.
Oh. There we go.
There you go.
So Far Flung Life is available where?
At bertsbooks.co.uk.
Currently in hardback.
Oh, it's beautiful hardback with gorgeous end papers.
Yeah, so
I'd just like to run by, if I may, another groovy name that crops up. And this is a postman called Sneaky Snook.
I used to go to school with 2 people who had the surname Snook and they weren't related.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
I know. There you go. That's a bit of extra.
So those end papers, I'm taking that is the Western Australia.
Sky, I would assume. Yeah, I don't know if... So you've currently got a signed copy.
I have.
I think we may have one,
We've got one left,
signed
yeah.
left. As we speak.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like that in the standard edition or not, but I don't know that it's an indie edition. I think it's just a signed copy.
Yeah,
so,
it just is signed on the thing.
So I would
Doesn't say
imagine that
indie.
the standard edition probably has those end papers too. But they
Yeah.
are very nice.
They are very
like
nice.
marbled effect,
Yes,
isn't it?
yeah, it's like a bluey, marbled with gold and gold speckle. Is quite.
But
quite
gives the
remarkable.
impression of space.
Yes. Yeah.
Like it. Yes, go and order that right now. That is everything for this week. We've talked about Far Flung Life.
We have.
We have talked about Wreck by Catherine
we
Newman.
have.
We've talked about the charts.
Yes, we did.
That was good. That was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
So the 2 book club books are at the top
They
of
are.
the pillar at the moment. Mm-hmm. So we've got Room Above a Shop.
Yes, that was. I enjoyed
Have you read that?
Yes, I read that a while
you should
ago.
come to book club.
Oh,
Why don't you come to book? You don't like it. You don't
I'm
want to
just
talk
a bit. Yeah.
shy.
Yeah.
Or do you not enjoy talking about books?
Well, that would be
with
silly as I sit on a podcast and
Yeah,
talk about books.
but like but this is just to me.
I'm just talking to you and to a room full of people. I just think, yeah, I don't think I'd.
That's
yeah,
right. Book clubs aren't for everyone.
No.
We've so the other one is the All Her Secrets by Jane Shevelt, which is also that's one of our other book club books, and then also on the pillar is A Family Matter by Claire Link.
That is such a good book.
Which is going to be our next. So Room Above a Shop is our next pick for Gay Book Club.
Yeah.
The month after that, we're doing A Family Matter. So we've planned
lovely.
2 months up front. Because I think they're both just lovely books.
Yes, they really are.
And I'm relishing the chance to get to read them both again.
Oh, yes.
Which I don't always do
No.
if I've read it, but I will certainly be reading Room Above a Shop again very soon.
That was a delight.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed Family
Yeah.
Matter as
Yeah.
well. So they will be fun to read. Media Matt had a question when he popped in.
Oh, did he?
He said, this is a question for the podcast.
Oh, okay.
But maybe it's too boring for the podcast.
Oh, nothing's too boring. for the
No,
podcast.
nothing's too boring for this podcast. No, Matt wanted to know, if you were opening a bookshop, where do you get the books from? No, so not like obviously we get them from the wholesaler. Like,
Yes.
he understands that. It's like, but for somebody who hasn't run a bookshop,
Yes.
how do they get? Is there somewhere they can go? Like, is there a starter pack of books to run a bookshop?
That's a good question.
I
actually.
thought so. Yeah. And the truth is that not really.
No.
But when so for me, obviously, by the time I'd opened the bookshop,
you'd worked in books.
I'd been
all your
working in
life,
books
hadn't
for
you?
16, 17
Yeah.
years, but also I had a bit of history on Bert's books. So
Yes.
I knew what the online customers liked.
Yes,
So I could
absolutely.
do some of that. So I didn't need the help.
No.
I came in and said, this is what I want. Mm-hmm. But what the wholesaler gardeners do is they do provide, like, what categories are you having? How big a category are you having? Okay, well,
Right.
here's maybe some suggestions.
Okay.
So they will help.
Okay,
But a lot of
that's
the
good.
time what they say is if you've got I don't know, like a drop, like if you've got 5 shelves for crime books, fill 3 of them and do face outs, because within a couple of months you'll have bought more and you'll have filled it out.
Yes.
So once you've worked out who your customers are and stuff. So actually, general advice is, if you are opening a bookshop, is to not fill it to capacity.
No.
Is to wait and work it out. And that's actually what we did when we opened. Our top shelves were empty.
Oh, okay.
And we had lots of face outs.
Yes.
And now we're full to the brim.
Absolutely full to the brim.
Yes. So that was Media Matt's question.
Good question, Media Matt.
Good. That really is everything. I've got nothing else to say.
No, I don't think I
We've got some lovely events coming up,
We
so
have.
do check
We'll
those
come
out
up
if
this
you're in
week.
the area.
Yeah.
Do sign up to the Claire McIntosh event, because to watch it,
Yeah.
to live stream it, because if it's a success, then we can sort of do more of it with other. So publishers are quite not always that keen to do like live streaming events, because they think it will stop people going to other events from the same author, because they can just sit at home and watch it.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, it's a very different
Yes,
thing.
I would suggest the live event is like I said, I'll pour
It's
you a glass of
preferable. It's
Prosecco
preferable.
and...
like, if you're in Swindon and you could
Yeah.
get a ticket to come, I think you would.
Yeah.
But there are, I mean, these authors do not go everywhere.
No,
They
they
don't get the
don't.
chance to see everyone,
No.
and I think there's a big audience of people who would like to
Yeah.
see them that can't.
Yeah.
So that I think that would be a nice thing. So if the more people that sign up for this, the more chance we've got of doing other events
Lovely.
in the same way. So even if you're not a fan of Claire McIntosh, or you've just never read her, sign up.
Yeah.
Go, just do it, and then see what it's like,
Yeah.
and you will have a nice time. And maybe if we'll then do something with an author that you do like.
Yeah.
So yes, do that as a favour to me.
There you go.
Right, you can email us, Bert at bertsbooks.co.uk. You can write to us, of
can
course.
write to us,
54
yes.
Godwin Court, Swindon, SM14BB. Or you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, the other ones.
Blue Sky,
Instagram and YouTube.
Threads, and YouTube.
56 subscribers now on
Wow.
YouTube. Isn't that good? I was 55, but then Pedros signed up.
Oh, well, I better sign up though.
Yeah, you should. You can also, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. That way you will never miss an episode.
Good.
Say goodbye, Sally.
Goodbye, Sally.